This was the moment where the real game started. And when I say real, I really mean it. Cause after he clears this dungeon, there won't be any tutorial level goblins or dogs he has to kill anymore. Shit hits the fan every single time in every single arc after this. But this is where it all changed, when the Blood Red Commander Igris was defeated by Mr. Drip Jin Woo. After Jin Woo received a job change quest from the game, he went inside a dungeon where he was getting bombarded by an army of knights as a welcome gift. He managed to take them down, but as soon as bro took a break, this shit's serious, okay? After clearing the side quest mobs, he entered the empty throne room where he felt the same chills as the double dungeon. And here he saw his knight in the shining armor, who also tried to kill him later on. What a healthy friendship. After dealing a chapter worth of hands, he gets thrown to the chair by Igris for his execution. But this is Mr. Drip Jin Woo we are talking about. Bro spawned his knife from the inventory and stabbed him in the eye and kept going with it, until he finally defeated him. But hold on, that was it? Nope. Bro wasn't prepared for what's gonna happen. He had to survive for as long as he can, like no command, no job, no missions, just survive. And an army of knights started to spawn and they were infinite. Where the mage type mobs even saw through his camouflage and didn't even let him use it. It was only 5 minutes and bro was already getting cornered, in an injured state. Then suddenly his younger version came out of nowhere, telling him how he is still the same weak little dude even after leveling up so much. His negativity was getting him internally, while externally he was getting ragdolled by a knight. As his younger version said, luck is also a skill, and the knight swinged a sword on Jinwoo. That's when the author pulled a max brain cell 69 IQ move. Jinwoo hasn't completed his daily missions and got transferred to the penalty zone. And remember how the timer started and told him to survive? Yeah, it's still going on while he's in the penalty zone. So 4 hours worth of points are gonna go to him for free. That's just the game itself wanting him to win at this point. After killing a few mobs, he started gathering some materials, healed himself, bought a new dagger, tied it to his hands, learnt a new ability called the Commander's Touch, which is just the Force from Star Wars. He can control any object without touching it. He goes back to the dungeon only to be greeted with infinite knights, but this is where he realizes that it's not the knights, but the mages who are the real mobs, as this is just a summoning spell. So he starts chopping mages, and the last 3 mages made a golem to stall him but ultimately got cooked, and then comes the moment where he gets assigned his job. But here's the gimmick. A job gets assigned to you based on the total points invested in a certain skill, like strength, defense, IQ. And Jinwoo gets the necromancer as his job. First off, not only him, I was surprised as well because this job is based on IQ and my man hasn't even invested a single point in that category at all. I'm not even dissing, this is self-proclaimed. But here's the catch. Necromancer is a hidden class job, and having hidden class job gives you hidden abilities. Like how it's rumored that the Master of the White Tiger Guild has a Sulong transformation. And to his surprise, no one, literally no one, ever was a necromancer. So this was the newest out of newest things he could have received. And he chose to go with it. And right away bro gets promoted to his new title, the Monarch of the Shadows. Now you guys don't even have a clue what this thing is. And to be honest, I can't even blame you. I didn't too when I was reading. Only until hundreds of chapters later I understood what this title really means. But it started off as a second job which you receive after you have leveled up enough, and bro spent 4 hours 30 minutes just collecting points, so it had to go somewhere, and it did. After clearing all the tasks, all that remained was to use the command prompt to awaken all the shadows of the knights that are lying on the ground. That being a cool new word like Rasengan, Bankai or Luffy's gears. And in Jinwoo's case, it was Arise. As he said that, all the shadows of the knights lying down on the ground started to gather around him. And my boy, this is such a busted ability, and this is what got me hooked into solo leveling so hard. Like, now he can kill his enemies and turn them into his soldiers. That's some triple S tier ability to have in the first place. Also, I personally like the word Arise itself because it could have been anything, like bro could have said up exclamation and made his army, but Arise was a good choice of word because that's what Jinwoo does with his life. He levels up and he rises above. Also, Arise is synonymous to waking up, and that is basically where it all began. He woke up from his bed and that's when his life changed. That's when he remembered he's forgetting something. Red Commander Igris' body was lying right beside him, and he tried to use it on him as well, but it failed not once but twice. In the last chance, he told him to stop guarding the empty throne and instead guard who is in front of him, and that led to the beginning of the first commander of Sung Jinwoo's shadow army, Igris. Because the whole big title in the name felt cringe, so it's just Igris now. I personally liked it, and this is the moment that got me hooked on solo leveling, because I was not only excited to explore his new ability, but also to see who all turned out to be his commanders in the end. So that was the whole job change arc of solo leveling summarized. Let me know your thoughts and what exactly did you like about this arc. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon in the next one.